Welcome to the Evergreen Historical Line. Today, we're diving into a real-life historical thriller, the story of a mission in Korea that started as a simple task but ended in tragedy, violence, and one of the tensest standoffs of the Cold War. This is the story of the DMZ Axe Murder Incident. If you enjoy true stories of history, suspense, and high-stakes moments, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join us as we uncover history's hidden secrets.
Korea, a land of ancient history and breathtaking beauty, yet forever scarred by division. The Korean Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ, is a 160-mile-long, 2.5-mile-wide buffer zone that slices the peninsula in two. Created in 1953 at the close of the Korean War, it's a no-man's land, a physical manifestation of a conflict frozen in time. On its surface, a haven for wildlife. Beneath, a tinderbox of tension, where the slightest spark could ignite a firestorm. The DMZ is a place where soldiers stare each other down across barbed wire fences, where propaganda broadcasts pierce the silence, where the ghosts of war still linger. This is the story of the DMZ Axe Murder Incident. August 18, 1976. A sweltering summer day in the DMZ. The air hung heavy with humidity, a stark contrast to the icy grip of the Cold War that defined the peninsula. For U.S. Army Captain Arthur Boniface and his second-in-command, First Lieutenant Mark Barrett, it seemed like just another routine mission. Their task: escort a work detail into the Joint Security Area, or JSA, a small, seemingly peaceful enclave within the DMZ. The JSA, the only place where North and South Korean soldiers stood face to face, was a stage for a silent drama played out daily. Every patrol, every glance, every movement, a calculated act in the macabre ballet of the Cold War. Today, however, the routine was about to be shattered. They were to observe a group of South Korean laborers trimming a poplar tree. Even a tree could become a symbol, a flashpoint, a catalyst for chaos. The poplar tree stood tall and proud, its leafy canopy a green umbrella in the heart of the JSA. Planted years earlier, it had grown into a silent sentinel, a mute witness to the daily tensions of the DMZ, yet its presence was now a problem. The tree's sprawling branches obscured the line of sight between a United Nations command checkpoint and a North Korean guard post. For the North Koreans, the tree was an obstacle, a potential blind spot that could be exploited. They wanted it gone. The United Nations command, however, saw the tree as a non-issue, its presence no threat to security. The stage was set for a confrontation. Neither side willing to back down, the poplar tree became a symbol, a physical representation of the deep mistrust that defined the Korean divide. The tree would be trimmed, not felled. It was a decision that would have deadly consequences. The work detail, armed with axes and saws, set about trimming the poplar tree. The whirring of the saws echoed through the JSA, a jarring counterpoint to the usual silence. Boniface and Barrett watched from a distance, their hands resting on the butts of their pistols, a constant reminder of the ever-present danger. Then, it happened. A jeep carrying a group of North Korean soldiers screeched to a halt near the work detail. Out of the vehicle stepped a North Korean officer, his face contorted in rage. He began shouting at the South Korean workers, demanding they stop trimming the tree. The workers, caught in the middle, hesitated, looking to Boniface and Barrett for guidance. The American officers, their initial surprise giving way to steely resolve, walked towards the irate North Korean officer. What began as a verbal altercation quickly escalated. Boniface, however, stood his ground. He was operating within the rules, he argued, the tree trimming a routine maintenance task. The air crackled with tension. The North Korean officer, his face now a mask of fury, suddenly turned and barked an order to his men. Two North Korean soldiers moved quickly, grabbing axes that had been dropped by the startled work detail. One of the soldiers, his eyes blazing with hatred, swung his axe at Lieutenant Barrett. Caught completely off guard, Barrett had no time to react. The axe bit deep into his skull, killing him instantly. Captain Boniface, his eyes widening in disbelief, instinctively reached for his sidearm. Before he could draw his pistol, however, he was rushed by the second North Korean soldier, an axe arcing through the air. Boniface, a decorated Vietnam veteran, fought back with the ferocity of a cornered animal. But he was outnumbered, outmatched, and caught completely off guard. The entire incident, from the North Korean officer's arrival to the brutal murders of Boniface and Barrett, had unfolded in a matter of minutes. The news of the attack spread like wildfire, sending shockwaves across the globe. 2 American officers brutally murdered in cold blood in the DMZ, a demilitarized zone. The world held its breath, bracing for the consequences. The United States, outraged and grieving, demanded immediate action. The incident threatened to unravel the delicate truce on the Korean Peninsula. President Gerald Ford, faced with an international crisis, convened an emergency meeting of his top advisors. The Joint Chiefs of Staff, eager to retaliate, presented a range of options, from surgical airstrikes to a full-scale invasion of North Korea. Cooler heads, however, prevailed. The result was Operation Paul Bunyan, a carefully orchestrated display of military might designed to send an unmistakable message to North Korea. Their mission to cut down the poplar tree that had become a symbol of conflict. The atmosphere in the DMZ was electric. Thousands of troops on high alert, their fingers hovering near triggers. Tanks rumbled into position, their cannons pointed north. Fighter jets screamed overhead, their presence a constant reminder of the destructive power at America's disposal. The world watched and waited, holding its collective breath. The situation was a powder keg, and the slightest miscalculation could ignite a conflagration. On August 21, 1976, just 3 days after the Axe murders, Operation Paul Bunyan swung into action. Under the watchful eyes of heavily armed soldiers, a team of U.S. Army engineers, armed with chainsaws and backed by a formidable security force, moved towards the poplar tree. The North Koreans, their initial bravado seemingly evaporated, watched from their guard posts, their faces grim. The tree, its once lush canopy now decimated by axe blows, was quickly felled. The operation, however, was about more than just cutting down a tree. It was a carefully calibrated message to Pyongyang, a demonstration of American resolve and military superiority. The poplar tree was gone, reduced to a pile of logs, but the incident left an indelible mark on the DMZ. The attack on Boniface and Barrett, a stark reminder of the fragility of the peace, led to significant changes in the way the DMZ was managed. The Joint Security Area, once a symbol of dialogue, was physically divided by a concrete line, a physical manifestation of the mistrust that now defined the relationship between North and South. The United States, determined to prevent a repeat of the incident, bolstered its military presence in South Korea. The 2nd Infantry Division, already stationed south of the DMZ, was reinforced, and new security protocols were implemented. The message was clear: any further provocations would be met with swift and decisive action. For the families of Captain Boniface and Lieutenant Barrett, the incident was a tragedy that would forever shape their lives. The DMZ Axe Murder Incident remains a chilling reminder of the volatility of the Korean Peninsula. It's a stark illustration of how a seemingly minor dispute can quickly escalate into violence, with potentially global consequences. The incident serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that the wounds of war run deep, and even the smallest spark can ignite a firestorm. Today, the DMZ remains a place of profound tension, a physical manifestation of a conflict frozen in time. Tourists peer across the border, their eyes searching for glimpses of North Korean soldiers. But the ghosts of Captain Boniface and Lieutenant Barrett still linger, their sacrifice a reminder of the human cost of division. Their sacrifice, often overlooked amidst the grand narratives of history, ensures that the hard-won peace, however fragile, endures. The poplar tree, once a simple fixture in the landscape of the DMZ, became an unwitting player in a deadly drama. Its fate, intertwined with the lives of those who stood watch in that tense no-man's land, serves as a stark reminder of the power of symbols in a world on edge. The tree itself may be gone, but its legacy lives on in the stories told and the lessons learned. After the incident, a new tree was planted near the site of the original poplar. This tree, known as the Tree of Freedom, stands as a symbol of hope and peace, a reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring quest for a unified Korean peninsula. The DMZ Axe Murder Incident may have faded from the headlines, but its impact resonates to this day. It serves as a reminder that even in the 21st century, the specter of conflict looms large. The Korean peninsula remains divided, a testament to the enduring legacy of the Cold War. The men who lost their lives that day did so defending a fragile peace, their sacrifice a testament to the human cost of division. As long as the DMZ exists, so too will the memory of the Axe Murder Incident. a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the ever-present potential for conflict in a world still grappling with the ghosts of the past.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more intriguing stories like this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Share this video with friends who would love these fascinating historical events, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Your support means a lot. Stay tuned for more amazing content.